Bring on the stage EDCs from New Jersey, Manipal and Renuka ready.
Thank you, guys. Are you fired up or what? Let me hear you. Let me hear from you guys. Are you fired up? Well, I'll tell you what. We are going to talk a little bit about, our background this evening. And we really want to let you know that if Manipal and Renuka Reddy can build the business to the extent that we have built so far and got our freedoms through this business, I believe we all can do it too. I see a lot of people here. I see this afternoon when I came, I see so many young folks in this business. It's really, really very, very heartening to see a lot of young folks who are joining the business, have a desire, having a dream, and wanting to succeed and wanting to get the freedom done. That's very, very exciting to see that. And I'll tell you what, many years back when we had come to this business, to a meeting like this, we had absolutely no idea that one day, we would be invited to speak like this. And one day, especially all the leaders that whom you admire and respect, would welcome us like that and sing songs for like that. And it's kind of unheard of in any other organization other than BWW system. Maybe, I don't know if that's your dream. I mean, that was not my dream really, because I never, imagined that one day we would be on the stage speaking like this. But it happens, when you succeed in life, when you succeed in business, when you do certain things that a lot of average people don't do, you grow in life, you grow in business. And that's what happened to us. And it was definitely very, very special, to meet friends. I'll tell you what, this business means a lot to us in every aspect. In every aspect, financially, friendships-wise, socially, and the way we think today, the way we spend some time, it really means a lot because because of whom we hung out with all these years, our entire thought process has changed. And the way it happened to us, guys, I'm telling you, we've been in the business for the last 20 years now. And Renuka, she has been free since 1995, for the last 16 years. She just worked in corporate America just for maybe 6 years. I've been free since 1997. I'll tell you what, this is definitely, if you're here for the first time, I want to let you know, guys, that if you treat the business like a business, and if you work hard, if you stay steady, you could be free for sure, without any questions. Because of the business, we get to go to different countries. We get to go to different events arranged by Amway. It could be Diamond Club. It could be Achievers trips. It could be Achievers trip by UK, by India, by Australia, by different countries. We get to see other leaders. But whenever we say that we are part of BWW, everybody want to learn from us. What is the speciality about them? About you guys? Bill and Peggy Britt, guys, I'll tell you what, because of their steadiness, because of Bill and Peggy Britt's vision, we are, having a completely global business. And Bill and Peggy Britt are the only ones who are double crowns in the entire world. They are crown ambassadors in North America, the crown in India. Can you imagine? Bill Britt had been to India only once. Only once crowned, how about that? And it's amazing, guys. In fact, Renuka and I and a bunch of emeralds, East Coast, West Coast, all over with the gala team, we got a chance to spend one day with Bill and Peggy Britt. We're going to talk a little bit about that. That is a unique experience that we experienced, and it's very, very special bond, special time that we had with Bill and Peggy Britt, guys. But I'm sure most of you heard his CDs and his videos and whatnot, BWW TV and all that stuff. But folks, he's a special man in our lives for sure. And obviously our line of sponsorship is the person who got us into the business. His name is Sudhir Solapurka. Sudhir and Sulba are the ones who signed up in the business. in the initial days, Sudhir, did spend a lot of time with us in terms of getting us started properly and helping, a lot about products and things like that. And then, they really, put us, eventually we were able to go to Praveen and Madhu Cheddar, who are currently our upline diamonds. We went to Praveen and Madhu's home. And that's where we really learned a lot about this business in the PACE meeting. And a lot of experiences there, guys. I'm telling you, a lot of leaders, today's leaders in our team, in the Ready Kumar organization that you see, most of the leaders were born in the basement. We grew up there, in Praveen and Madhu's place. And a lot of good memories, for sure. And then through Praveen and Madhu, Cheddar eventually got a chance to really meet Kanti and Lata. And Kanti and Lata are very, very, special couple. And they have done a lot of things for this business, for their organization, and the entire BWW team. And the kind of hard work that Kanti and Lata do in business, even today, guys, and they always book their calendar. They always think ahead of what they could do for organizations, for their organization, and serving the board and whatnot, guys. They are really, really mastered this business. So we have a very, very good example, guys. When you have an example like that, when you fall in love with somebody, when you respect somebody so much, you want to make sure that somebody's counting on you. And when Kanti and Lata started counting on us, we took the responsibility on us and started working hard in the business. And we'll talk about how we got free, all that stuff. But that really helped us a lot. And obviously, guys, initially, I tell you what, I know if you're here for the first time, most of the time in business, when you get started, if you're a couple, if you're single, you don't have to ask anybody else. It's your choice whether you want to join the business or not. You just get signed up and move on. If you're a couple or a girlfriend, boyfriend situation, kind of both sign up in the business. And most of the time, it just happens that most of the time, equally, they may not be excited equally. So in our case, initially it was I, who was, excited about the business. Renuka thought she being a professional lady, we both are engineers, we both have master's degrees, and, we used to work for companies like Bell Labs, so we had little status. I'm sure in California, this is the world where, a lot of technology stuff happens, and I'm sure you may be working for one of those good big companies. You may have a little one of those, what do you think, Don't you know I'm working for so-and-so company? It's, well, if your self-image is coming like that, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Our self-image at that time was coming from our jobs. So, but one thing that I knew for sure, guys, is I was open-minded to start a business, to do some business. If not Amway, I would have done some business. But I'm glad, why? Because the kind of the money that we make, and in terms of the effort that we put into the organization and what we do, guys, there's absolutely no business that will yield the results that Amway has given to us. Time, money, security, all that stuff, because of this business. And initially, as Renuka was not that excited about the concept. Initially, in fact, she used to tell me, once we got started, of course, she signed up and everything. And we started using the products. That's one thing that we started doing because we like the products. We like the idea of being delivered and all the products being delivered to home and things like that. At that time, we were living in a one-bedroom apartment in 1990. The rent was $530. And then we signed up. Initial goal was to somehow to recover that money. That's about it. I never thought we would be free, though. Okay. So anyhow, initially she used to kid with me about how is your business doing? It was doing fantastic. I would tell her that, and as we kept building the business, went platinum, and the checks started becoming better and bigger, and it was very, very obvious the business is working for us. And the same Renuka Reddy, who was kind of not too excited about the business, her thing was, our business is doing good. And then later on, as the business progressed, and once we went Ruby, And the same Renuka Reddy who said, my business is doing good. Well, I tell you what, it changes, guys. I'm telling you, success is, it doesn't matter, guys. It's not that, both of you got to be excited to the same extent initially, but later on, it's okay. It could be either one of you. If you are the one who is more excited than your other spouse, don't worry. Just keep doing it, okay? And encourage the other spouse to come along with you, and they will come eventually. But if you are the one who is kind of playing games, other person will drag you, down basically, But in my case, fortunately, it's not that she was negative about the business, but that's just that at that time, her motivation was different. In fact, I'll tell you what, in the initial days of building the business, we used to have a lot of, one thing that we always did about the business, guys, we always had fun building the business. It was really, really fun. If you take fun out of the business, I would not be doing this for sure. I like to, laugh and smile, play games, make new friends. And, this business, I'll tell you what, for me, this business is designed for me. I like people. I'll tell you what, as I was growing up, I had a lot of good time in my engineering days back home in India. Okay, but then when I came to America, master's program was very tough and had to do all kinds of jobs, and we did whatever we had to do. But I didn't really like the whole thing in terms of what we had to go through, and there was no fun. But I'll tell you, once I joined the business, fun began. It really doesn't mean that every day was a successful day. Everybody that we talked to signed up in the business and things like that. But somehow we did some things within the business to make it, to have fun. In the initial days, Kumar and I, we used to work in the same department at Bell Communications Research. And Kumar used to come, we used to come home, and some days, we would meet at lunch at my home. And before the lunch time, Kumar would be on her side, and they used to really both together attack me. I didn't know how to react, so I didn't get it for the first couple of times. But these guys are kind of, having fun with me, And then later on, once the same Kumar, once the lunch was done, he would turn around and he would say, Renuka, what do you think? Why don't you show up at meetings? Look at this poor guy. He comes to meetings, he's all by himself. Things like that, But, guys, what I'm trying to say, guys, is make sure that as you keep building the business, have fun. I tell you what, as Renuka and I always enjoyed building the business, always have learned the art of, making new friends, learned the art of, working with people, learned the art of, treating people right. If you ask me, what is the specialty, what have you done? Few things that we have done right for sure. Loyalty has to be there. The unity has to be there. And, we are able to create that. Once we understood the principles of long-term aspect of the business, we made sure that we worked on it in a big way. And that's the reason, guys, we have a global business. We have got a huge business all over the world. And, that's the reason when we sleep, we really, really sleep well. There's no pressure, no stress. How many would like to have a life of no stress? Absolutely, no stress, guys. So if that's what your choice is, that's what your choice is. Once we became emeralds in 1995, our second son, when he was born in November 1995, Renuka, she gave up her job, and since then she's been a free mom. And I'll tell you what, we are so glad that we worked hard, and then within 4.5 years of our building the business, we were able to replace our income. And the reason, I'll tell you what, I know some of the moms, you may be working right now, you may be tired right now, working, full-time jobs and raising children. It's okay, we did that. When we joined the business, we were just by ourselves. We had the first one, we went platinum in the one-bedroom apartment, then moved on to a house. Then eventually we had a second one, and she was driving 50 miles one direction, I was driving 40 miles the other direction. And, it was not easy. But I'm glad that we did whatever we had to do to build the business. And one of the things that we experience is how she was really instrumental in bringing up the two wonderful boys in our family. And the way she, we talk, I'll tell you what, in our house, we have, what we have is got, not every day, but we have a lot of dining table discussions. When we eat together, and when we talk a lot. We listen to our children, and also when we talk, we talk about what we expect from them, and things like that. And then we figured out a way. It's not a lot of people ask questions about what did you guys do specially to raise the children and all that stuff. It was not just one step. It's a package. When we figured out a way during certain times, we were not really spending time at home and things like that. Then we figured out that the best time to get is when you're eating. I tell my thing is no cell phones. Let's talk. And sometimes we realize that if a lot of communication is not happening, we just would go in the car, drive. You get your children's time to talk to and listen to them and hear out what they are saying. And that's how, I'll tell you what, we have figured out all those little things, and we're able to transfer our thought process. We're able to, pass on our expectations from them. And I'll tell you what, she's an awesome lady, guys. And I'll tell you what, the reason when I go out to different countries, different cities, is I don't have to worry about, what's happening in my home, how the children are being treated, and, a lot of things. If the man has given the freedom, and if the lady takes care of certain responsibilities, certain roles that she has got, man can really go out and be free and work it out. That's what happened to me, that she has given me that freedom. And I'll tell you what, today, we just have fun building the business, and she's a super mom doing so many different things. And in a lot of people, when we were new in the business, we were one of the first few guys, among our friend circle, to get married. And she used to cook for a lot of people, and our home was like a hangout place. People used to come out, hang out, and eat together. That's what I'll tell you what. If the lady is open to inviting other people to their homes and not get bogged down with so many things, it's easier for us to build a business. Our business is business of spending time with people, and that's what we always done. And I tell you what, she gets a lot of credit for that, and I'm so fortunate to be married to her. Please help me welcome Renuka Reddy here.
Thank you, Manipal. When you hear praises like that from your spouse, really heartfelt praises like that from your spouse, it makes it real. It makes you feel so special, and you really wonder, did I really do all that he's saying that I've done? Because we were just leading our lives, and just we made a lot of mistakes, but we made a lot of good judgments, and developed some good habits and did some right things. In the end, I believe we did a lot more good than bad stuff. That's why we have the rewards what we have. Whether it's in our kids or in things we have acquired or in the organization we have today. We have been blessed with that because of all the work we put into it. By no means, I will say that we were perfect from day one, and neither are we still perfect today. And you are allowed to make mistakes. That's the only way you're going to learn in this business. And as we are building this business, today Kedar, our older son, who's 20 years old, is in IBO since last year. He's been building the business with us. And I always say, if I go to an open meeting or when we are showing the plan somewhere, I with pride, I can say that, we are building this business, but the fact that we have encouraged our son to build the business shows you how much we believe in it. It is not that I have encouraged him to go out and become an engineer or get ahead in that aspect of life, because that was not what we were excited about. And for that reason, we gave up those careers. But this is something we take so much pride in it. That's why we are encouraging him to build this business. And what greater testimonial than that you have, to this business. And, initially, like Manipal said, today, when after reaching an EDC level in this business, and sometimes, it's very difficult to find out what it is a new person is looking for. And when I'm dealing with Kedar's age people out there, the kids are not looking, I call them kids because they're all my kids' age. They're not looking for a lot initially. If somebody makes even $200 to $300 a month, they're excited about it because that is who we were 20 years back. I got so excited when we were making our $300 Honda Accord payments. Before we went platinum. And at platinum level, we were making our mortgage payments for our house. That was exciting. And, make sure, new person out there, they are looking for those incomes. Don't blow their mind by saying, hey, don't you want to have a Ferrari or something? Their dream level is not yet there. They're excited about looking at a Ferrari, but about owning it, they may not believe it. So keep the dream realistic from their side. As a working woman, many people ask me, how did I do it? It was our priorities that were right. That's all it was. Once the priorities are right, everything else falls in place. I'll figure out how to get my time and my calendar around this business. We gave this business and our jobs the same priority level. Because I was a working woman, it didn't mean that I was just in a supportive role of my husband. I took a very proactive role in building this business, guys. Today women are presidents and prime ministers of countries. Why not take, a charge of your own businesses? If you don't like where your business is today, take charge. You have the right to build it and take it to the next level wherever you want it to be. Don't blame your husband. If women, this is a message for you. If you don't like where it is, take charge. You have my permission. As long as it is not hurting your husband's ego, with all the books that we read in this business, you will know how to handle his ego too. Because we do it day in, day out at our workplace. Don't we? Many times it's our attitudes that take us forward or backward. Today, as Kedar is building the business, I just want to share some stories. It is great to be an IBO at home, raising kids, but to live with an IBO at home is an entirely different story. Last year when he got started, Kedar was still 19 years old, and when he would tell Manipal, Dad, kids my age, they don't like to listen to long speeches, long talks. Keep it short. Keep it 20 to 40 minutes max. Their attention span cannot go beyond that. And, and he would say, please don't invite them to PACE meetings. It's Friday night. They like to party. And then fast forward it 1 year later, he's like, Dad, you're not tough enough with them. It's okay to teach them for the next 2 hours. Do a training. They don't need to get back to some dumb party, They need to learn about products because they need to do PV right now. It's a whole different attitude today. When you take ownership of your own business, things are different. Everything is very appealing. Every meeting is exciting because you want your people there. Building a new leg because we want to take that leg platinum. Today, it doesn't matter if I'm EDC or diamond or what pin level. I am willing to do whatever it takes to get that leg to platinum, guys. I'm willing to be patient and do whatever it takes. Going to the grand openings, dealing with people, learning to accept the yeses and the nos. Because your group is watching you, they're going to duplicate you. So be patient with the new team. Managing your calendar based on your monthly goals. That is very important. And emotional stability, guys. This is true especially for women. I'll tell you one thing. You cannot be up and down as you please. It's like based on today I'm happy, I'm going to go to the meeting. Tomorrow I'm down, I'm not going to go to the meeting. That doesn't happen if you want a big business. You have to learn to be stable. I use this, if I was sick, physically sick and didn't go to my work that morning, maybe I didn't go to a meeting that evening. But if I went to my job, I went to a meeting that evening. That was my rule of thumb. Same thing, if I had a fight with Manipal and went to my job, I had a fight with Manipal and went to this meeting with a smile. Came back to the car without the smile, but when you're did whatever you had to do. It's very, very, very important that you remain stable because your group is looking at you. Women are building this on such a fast track, guys. I keep talking about this because a lot of people think they need their husband's permission or their upline's permission, women especially, to go and build the business. We have so many examples within the BWW team of women diamonds, women going diamond by themselves. And within the new crop of emeralds also, I was listening to Ganesh and Kiruba's story. This couple is from Toronto, Canada. I remember meeting her when she was not even a platinum. And she used to come at functions, meet as, like a new person there, come up and say, what do I need to go on to platinum? And I remember her upline diamond, Aruna and Tilaka, would tell me, this girl is so hardworking that every morning, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., she would take a binder, an artistry binder in her arms, buy a bus ticket, go up and down the bus, contacting people, showing them the binder, booking appointments for artistry. How big is your dream and what are you willing to do? They are new emeralds today because of all the hard work that lady did all by herself, because her husband did not have time to build the business. He was working 2 jobs, very hardworking people. She did whatever was needed to move her family forward in this business. What are you willing to do? Are you blaming somebody or you want to take the responsibility? Are you willing to take the responsibilities? It doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man, In today's day and age, it doesn't matter. You have such strengths. Don't let it go to waste. Are you hanging on to the past too much or you're looking to the future? It's very important. Sometimes we hang on to our past mistakes and past failures so much that you cannot focus on the future. I also say this, I want to take this story of Keshav, my 15-year-old. He is a great basketball player and a tennis player. And one of his goals when he started high school as a freshman was he wanted to make the basketball team and play for the varsity team and then make the first singles for tennis. And that was his goal. And you know what? He made the basketball team, and towards the end, he even benched the varsity team, which was a great accomplishment for a freshman, and he was so thrilled about it. And then tennis season came, and he had to challenge 10 people before he came into the first singles position. And the final match was a 4.5-hour match. It was a tough match. He being the most junior player on the team, it took a lot of effort for him to win that match. He won it, and he was so excited about it. And then due to the season began, he started, his matches started. He was doing very well in some and doing very badly in the others. And me and Manipal were looking at him and thinking, what's wrong? This is not the same kid who had a 4-hour match, a tough match, and won, and he's giving up so easily with some other matches. So some other opponents. And we were wondering, the reason was he did not reset his goals. His goal was to achieve first singles position. And once he achieved that, he did not have anything else that he was looking forward to. And we had helped him reset his goals and said, you want to win at least 70% of the remaining matches. Once his goal was set, he started working towards that. You need to reset your goals wherever you are. Just because you achieved one goal, you have to have the next goal already in place, looking forward to achieving that. Leadership, guys. This business is all about leadership. It's a great thing to lead people who like you and who are kind of like you, but it is a whole different thing when you have to learn to lead people who may not be like you at all. That is true leadership, in my opinion. That is where all the books and CDs come into picture. Because the more books you read and more CDs you listen to, you will be able to relate to people and work with people who are not like you. And that is the beauty of this business. Your true achievement will be when you are able to attract people like that onto your team. Again, we've achieved a lot in this business. I just want to say this, guys. Every single day, I pinch myself to say, is this life for real? It's not just about living in a big home, overlooking a beautiful golf course, or having the peace of mind that, I don't have to worry about what's happening out there with the economy because I'm fine. But it's not even about looking around at my kids and saying, man, I pinch myself to say that I must have gotten lucky to have kids like this. It's not luck. It was a lot of effort in every aspect of our life. It was a lot of effort. Was it always a smooth ride? No. Did my kids behave like typical teenagers sometimes? Yes, they did. Just like we all did at some point in our life, and gave our parents some white hair. They did that to me too. But you know what? The constant emphasis on what's important and what is the right thing to do. And I had the luxury of the time to spend time with them, to teach them those right values. That is priceless. That is priceless. And today, the bigger reward I have is not just the influence we've had on our own children, but in many, many children's lives in our organization. When Ajit and Harsha were up here sharing the things that their son was talking about the family values he learned. It's not, we take pride that we had some influence on that kid becoming that way. On many of your children, becoming successful in what they're setting out to achieve. So many success stories. And at the end of the day, guys, you have the golden egg in your hands. What you do with this from tomorrow onwards is left to you. And the sad part of it is some of you will not take that opportunity. You let it go. But the value of the golden egg is still there in act. Every single day, when things are happening or not happening, one thing that Manipal has given me that I cherish the most is the stability, that rock-solid stability that I needed from a person at home. Even when things were not good, And today, I'm so proud of him because there was a period, we were so thinking about moving on to Double Diamond, and, we were not even looking at Kedar joining the business. We never pushed our kids to build the business. We wanted it to come from them. But even before Kedar joined the business, this man was willing to take an excess case on his shoulders, go out to the campuses around our house or anywhere where the young people hung out, and go and contact them every single day, out there. He was willing to do whatever it took to get people in the business. And that was the point when Kedar decided he wanted to join us and build the business. Are you willing to do whatever it takes, guys? I have a winner at home. I hope you have one too.
Well, I'll tell you what I like about, there's so many things that I like about this business, but one of the things that I really like is it's always forces you to be on the cutting edge. Yes, we have achieved to this level called Executive Diamond, but at the same time, guys, for us to continue to have the respect of our leaders, when my leaders see me in the hunt, doing the work, succeeding like them, failing like them, getting yeses like them, getting no's like them, that forces me, to be in the creative phase, so that keeps me in the discipline. And a lot of people, they succeed and then they live in the past. Okay, it's done. But folks, happiness is the process of accomplishing, not accomplishment. Okay? This business, Bill Britt spoke to us in many, many times. You got to really, really ask about yourself. How many people are really better off because you lived? Go ahead. I'm sure we are doing a lot of things at your job. Some of you even have patents. And what you have done, good for you, good for us. We can boast about you for sure. But you got to really, really ask, how many people's lives did you really change? I see people, a lot of young folks coming into the organization right now, and it's so unfortunate that some of these kids have been brought up just Age-wise, they're 18, 19, 20, 21, but mentally they're not grown up. This thing, tongue thing, and then pants falling down, always texting like that. I start teaching people some of this. Once I earn their respect, once I earn their trust, once they start listening to me, the first thing I tell them is, don't become a slave to that instrument. Always, all these youngsters, every time they're talking to you. I'm listening. This. I'm listening, talking to this. What is this? What happened to the respect? When somebody talks to you, look in the eye and talk. Listen. I'll tell you what I tell these guys is, when you come into the PACE meeting, when you come into the open meeting, I expect, especially when the open meeting they come to, I expect you to dress up sharp, number one. I expect you to turn off the phone. And I expect you to put a notepad and a pen to make some notes. You know what? I see the progression. I see the change in the way they speak. Whenever the phone comes, answer is, yo. What is yo? What I'm trying to say, guys, is because of this business, the next generation of people, when they associate with us, everything will be changed for them for the future. Okay. In fact, Frank Lutz had one of the authors who wrote the author who wrote the recent book called The Wind. He's called a word doctor and whatnot. One of the things that he told us is, literally to all the diamonds backstage, told us, America needs you guys. America needs you. That's what he said. A lot of youngsters these days, they're growing up without any proper mentorship at home. Okay? So guys, you have the responsibility on your hands to stay steady, to move on the business. And there are a lot of people looking at you. And I'm sure some of you are not getting the desired results. We went through that. When we signed up in the business, initially we went through some people ridiculing us. Oh, your Amway thing. I didn't even know what Amway thing was. I signed up, man. My good friend showed me the business. Somebody is willing to spend some time to teach me. For me, it was no-brainer to start the business. So I signed up without asking any questions. And some of my friends, ridiculing me and, kind of laughing and things like that, putting me down and all that stuff. I'm sure some of you might be going through that phase. That's okay. Rashmi Ranjan was talking about character. This business will test you. Yes, this business will test you. It's not easy. Who said it's going to be easy? What do you mean easy? You're going to job easy for 40 years? I'll tell you what. You see, for us, in our business, it's not like one magic day or one magic month or one magic year or one magic person. Okay? We kept steady, guys. I'm telling you, our success is because we kept it consistent and persistent, and we did little bit every day. Really, we did just little bit every day, and obviously, we looked at the future and we looked about our dreams and goals, and when we realized that, this is a business that we could, get our freedom, as Renuka mentioned, our priorities got straight, and then we just would go to work, and whatever time is left, we would just invest our time in the business. What exactly did we do every day? Every day may not be showing in the plan phase. Every day, meeting somebody, talking to somebody, showing the plan to somebody, or maybe a follow-up, maybe a home meeting, maybe a grand opening, maybe signing up, starting, maybe helping somebody make phone calls, things like that, guys. We did a little bit every day. That's how the habits are being formed. Okay, wherever you are in life is not because of one event that happened to you. If you are obese or fat, that didn't happen because you ate one big meal. You kept eating and eating and eating and eating. That's how you are. If you're fit and really you have a six-pack or whatever, it's not because of one gym exercise that you have done. It's because you kept at it, going to gym, maybe start eating right, and that's the reason you're looking good and fit. How about your finances? Even just because your finances are good, not because of 1 month. You had discipline. to be financially, if you've done something nice, because you had some discipline in that area. How about relationships wise? I'm sure if you have proper relationship with your family, with your children, with at home, maybe upline, downline, it's not because of one meeting or one instance, because you kept at it. That's how it happens. Our business is like that. Every day we listen to CD. Reading every day, folks. I'll tell you, can imagine every day if you can read about 20 pages or 10 to 20 pages every day. The way you think becomes different. The way you act becomes different. Everything you start, you talk positively, you act positively, you walk confidently, and your self-image gets better, your dress code is getting better because of this business, guys. When I read the book of what's called the time compounding effect book, okay, you got to understand the principle of compounding effect in life. Look at successful people. Any successful person, the reason they became success in that particular field, because they have used the compounding interest principle, that you can say whatever you want to say, but that they have used it. Look at Kanti Gala. Look at the business that he has got. Look at Rajan Sangeeta Shah, the double diamond ship, huge business. Look at Kumar and Anjali. Look at Ganesh Shana, who will be double diamond in a month or so. Look at the businesses that they have created. Do you think they had just one good meeting? No. They have used the principle of compounding effect. Keep doing little every day. Okay, you got to ask yourself, guys. I would ask you to really go ahead and, just think about, what have you done that day? Each day, right? A lot of people write down the goals, they think about, but they forget. But you know what? I want you to develop this habit of, at the end of the day, okay, write down this. What did you do today? Like, have you read any book? Have you read any book? At the end of the day, ask yourself, did you eat healthy food? Or did you really, eat all the junk food all the time? At the end of the day, ask yourself, did you exercise at least 20 minutes or so at that particular day? Okay? At the end of the day, write down if you had some kind of positive association with somebody. It could be upline, it could be a meeting, whatever. Ask yourself, did you do things that you need to do to be successful in this business? Like maybe a contact, maybe make a phone call. Did you show any plan? Okay, ask yourself and write it down. Okay, maybe you should ask yourself, maybe, hey, did I say, did I talk to somebody? Did I edify somebody? Did I uplift somebody? Did I tell somebody that I love you? Ask. These are some of the things at the end of the day. Write it down. Maybe at the end of 1 week, just keep doing for 1 week. You know what? The answer will be right there. How active and how productive you are doing the business. That will tell you exactly what you've done. You know what? And then slowly the answer will be right there to you. Okay? So, that's how we look at the future, guys. Don't look at the past. A lot of people have the habit of looking at the past. When you look at the past, they're thinking negative. When you look at the future, you're looking at the positive. Okay? That's the reason we talk about dreams and goals and values and, all these things. Freedom, retirement. That's the reason, guys. That's what you look at it. Write down your goals, what it is that you want, And Napoleon Hill said, guys, there's one quality which one must possess to win, and that is definiteness of purpose. The knowledge of what one wants and the burning desire to possess it. Think about it. Do you have the definiteness of purpose? What is your definiteness of purpose? Do you have the burning desire to move on? I'm telling you guys, the difference between emeralds and diamonds in this organization is not because they've got any extra smooth plan or they have extra communication skills or extra this, extra that. But you know what? They exactly know what they wanted. They had a burning desire. They were willing to let go of a few things. They had their priorities right. They formed some new habits. There's some of the simple things that they've done, guys. We have not done any super magic thing or magic. I'll tell you what. I mean, look at us. I probably cannot, sing like, Kumar for sure. I cannot even sing. No question, but forget about Kumar. I cannot sing. I cannot talk like a Sugit or a Bill Braid, maybe for that matter. But you know what? I can work like them. When I go out there, show the plan. When people look in my eye, they know that I believe in this business. They know that I'm passionate about helping people. Some of you may be thinking that maybe you need to live in a house or this beautiful house to be successful. No, I went, I'm platinum in a one-bedroom apartment. We went diamond in a simple, 2,500, 3,000 square foot home. Now it's different. We live in a nice home, all that stuff. I'll tell you guys, one more thing is, I was telling them this other day, and right now in our house, we have pretty much whatever we need. We have a tennis court, we have a swimming pool, we have lower level is completely done, we have, home theater, and people could be enjoyed, people can be entertained, people can have fun. My house in that neighborhood, we are the only ones who kind of hang out, just chill out and all the time at home. Things like most of the people who can afford to, who are living in the neighborhood, all, rich people, for sure. But they don't have time. The other day I was telling somebody, my house, every bit of my house is being used. Tennis court, me and Kankan, me and my children, we play all the time. When the weather is good, we opened our pool a few weeks back. I swim every day. Okay? Basketball, my kids use. Home theater, I'm sure a lot of people do come, it's not that we watch movies every day, but there's a game going on, we watch the game. Every bit of the house, people like the other day, a few weeks back, Wayne Callender and a bunch of his guys, 50 to 60 of his people had come, Wayne and Susan Callender, good friends of ours. We were able to entertain them. Things like that, guys. A lot of people are worried about their house. Oh my goodness, if people come to my house, my carpet will be destroyed. Guys, listen, if you are going diamond man, your house has to look like there's a wedding happening in the family. When a wedding happens, a lot of commotion, right? People coming, people going, people sleeping all over the place, and somebody doing this, somebody eating at different times, different things. During the wedding time, especially in Indian weddings, those things are common. At 10 days before the wedding, 1 week after the wedding, a lot of commotion happens. Nobody knows. We never knew that how good we could be in this business when we started the business, guys. We learned this art. When we read the books, when we listened to the CDs, when we came to meetings like this, we did not just hear them. We just did not read them. And if you just listen and read, and if you don't apply, if you don't put action, it's no good. Whenever we heard something, whenever we listened to somebody, and we went and applied, sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't work. And eventually we kept doing that. Okay? You got to go apply, go do the work. That's when you'll be able to figure out your own, working success formula. Your own. Everybody has to have your own style. Okay, it works. That's what we have done, guys. We kept it very, very simple. We didn't make it very, very complicated, guys. Bill Britt always said, guys, keep the business to a third grade level. Okay, that's the reason. What I like about the business is, guys, we have all kinds of people, from high school dropouts to double PhDs to Nobel Prize nominees. Everybody, anybody can succeed as long as they have a dream. That's the beauty of our business. You got to be willing to work hard. You got to form some new habits. You got to keep it simple, keep it steady. Slow and steady wins the race. The key thing in that slow and steady, guys, not slow. Slow is good. Steadiness, consistency, the momentum. If a lot of people, what they do is, they come to a meeting, they get excited, work hard for 2 weeks, and third week stuff happens, and then they take it easy. Stuff happens, guys. So many things happen in our case. I told you what, as I was building the business in the initial stages of our business, guys, between Renuka and I, we lost about 7 jobs in 1.5 year period. She lost 1, I lost 6. So you know who's the intelligent guy there. You know what? A lot of stuff happened. You know what? It didn't matter, guys. We kept focus on the business, guys. Rewards, Renuka said, so many rewards, guys. The trips, the lifestyle. And we've been to Diamond Club since 1996. We've been going to Diamond Club except 1 year. Every year, man. Hawaii. We take our children there. Have fun. Peter Island trips. Recently went to Amway India to send us to Switzerland. We visited many countries, guys. Next week I'm going to India and things like that. You are part of a good team here. You're part of a good team, good environment. The leaders are paying the price. Okay? When you're out there, guys, you can take great pride to say that you are part of Amway. Amway Corporation, guys, 52 years in existence. $9.2 billion, guys. They're growing big time, guys. They're very excited about the growth. Okay? I'm in 80 plus countries, guys. That's the reason, guys, when you go out, show the plan, man. You got to believe in the company in a big way. 52 years, 80 countries, $9.2 billion business, Orlando Magic. What else do you need? Be passionate, man. Believe in the system. BWW system, man. I'll tell you what Bill and Peggy Britt has done, guys. In fact, this afternoon when we spoke to Bill Britt, we promised that in the West Coast, in the BWW organization, we will have 10,000 people coming to functions. Are you ready for, guys? Bill Britt asked only one question. One question he asked. You have 10,000 people in the West Coast. He is flying his own private jet coming here. Are you ready for it? So for 10,000 people to happen, we need to have some more diamonds here. Are you ready for some more diamonds? Who is that? Who is that? Who is the next diamond? Can you say it's me? Can you really say I'm the next diamond? I'm doing the work. I'm doing whatever it takes. It's a done deal. I believe in it. All it takes is 6 good legs. I can do it. You can take it to the bank. I mean, guys, you got to speak it, man. You got to speak it. You got to believe in it. When you speak it, when you speak with confidence, you will attract growth. You will attract growth. Okay? Slowly, all these things, we had no idea, guys. That's what we have done slowly but surely. Things fell in place. That's how we broke platinum at a time. You know what, guys? In our business, sometimes some within people in our own organizations grew faster than us. It didn't matter. All we focused was what we need to do, and we focused on doing every day something. And eventually what happened in our case, guys, the compounding effect took place. So you got to believe in the principle of compounding effect. You got to believe in doing things little bit every day. That's how you'll go diamond, guys. It's not a big deal, guys. It's not a big deal. Okay, we have everything laid out for you. Okay, it's a question of doing the work. Are you ready for it? Yes. Let's do it.